like, how would I even begin to decide which kind to choose? Like,
it depends on your level of tolerance. If you're a first-time patient, you've never tried it before, you might want to go with something a little bit lighter. It'll give you more like a body high, just a little something to give you the feel how it's going to be. Like, the purples are more of a, like if you have problems sleeping and back pains at night, you're real uncomfortable, the purples will put you to sleep. They're the real strong, more potent ones. That with the Kush too, they're the real more potent ones. So the $45 nights, those are the ones that you know you're gonna get the feeling of it.
I feel high just thinking about all this.
I'm going to bring out your next comic now. He's very funny. You've seen him on VH1. You've seen him on a lot of things. Give it up for Mr. Doug Benson.
I saw that movie, Super Size Me, when I was high. Mistake! That is fucked up, you know? Because the premise of that movie is that it's bad to eat a lot of McDonald's, and I'm sitting there all high, like thinking, well, I could go for a hot apple or a Frenchie at this point. Hook me up, man. And he's just gorging it all on himself and then throwing up, and it's disgusting, that movie. If that's a movie, if eating McDonald's for 30 days is a movie and people are willing to pay to see it, I've got a movie. I'm going to smoke pot every day for 30 days. Try to remember to film it. And my movie's going to be called Super High Me or Business as Usual. I haven't decided yet on a title. So that started out as a joke in my act, and then a filmmaker, if I'm using the term loosely, saw me say that, and we had a discussion, and we're really fucking doing it.
Doug Benson, stand-up comedian, noted pot smoker. In fact, High Times magazine recently named Doug the #2 pot comic in the country. But that doesn't put Doug Benson above the law. So how can this be possible? In 1996, the citizens of California passed Proposition 215, which allows patients to use cannabis for medical purposes if they get a recommendation from their doctor. Common uses for medical cannabis include chronic pain, HIV/AIDS, depression, nausea, or a medical condition your doctor thinks is appropriate. Keep in mind, the effects of marijuana vary with every user. This is the story of just one patient, and despite years of marijuana use, even the #2 pot comic in the country has no idea what's going to happen when he gets super high.
I'm not getting high every day for 30 days yet, because there's a catch. I have to not get high for 30 days before getting high for 30 days to show how awful it is when I can't get high at all, to contrast with how awesome the next 30 days are going to be. So I have to not smoke for 30 days, and that's going to start at the beginning of August.
Yeah. Yo. I should be asleep, but I'm awake still. Oh, look, the beat and this, that, damn ill. Couldn't help but stay up and jot down some stuff.
So how do you feel first day?
So far, so good. Boy, that hat made me want to smoke pot. Everything reminds me of pot, now that I can't have it. Traffic lights. When they're green. I'm gonna be hospitalized, I think.
Really?
I think so.
Are you saying that to be funny, or you really believe that?
I really believe that.
Why do you believe you'll be
It's
hospitalized?
gonna be nasty. Smoking all day, every day for 30 days? I've never smoked like that. I smoke a lot of pot, but I've never like day and night for every day for 30 days. So I'm a little scared. But how awesome would it be if it fucking killed me? That Spurlock movie would be the best movie ever made if he just died at one point during it. Fucking Grizzly Man style.
Supposedly, your depression is going to kick in today, if it's going to kick in. So they said take this test.
Right, but the only answer I can give is rarely.
Well, no, you would examine.
Because it's only been
We're going
one
to do
day.
it, but, right? That's okay. But you're also, it's how you felt over the past week, even though you were smoking, right? And now we're going to go and we're going to take the same test in another week, and that'll be when you're not smoking.
I just don't. I'm not on board with this one. Because I spent the last week some days smoking, some days not, and I barely remember what happened.
Depression.
So this is day 2, and I'm doing great. So far, it's fucking not a problem. I can totally not smoke pot for 2 days. I'm just writing rarely on every one of these.
That's taking it real seriously.
Well, I can't even begin. I spent the weekend getting fucking crazy high all weekend. I can't remember.
Well, did you feel fearful at all during the last 7 days?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Maybe, like if I saw a cop coming or something, or I don't know.
Did you have any crying spells?
No.
Okay. Did you feel hopeful about the future?
I might have. And I mean, these are mostly feelings that I don't have ever. Over the course of the 2 30-day periods, we're going to do lots of tests, you know, like IQ tests and lung capacity and just a bunch of tests. And one of them is going to be, they're going to check my sperm count. And by they, I mean, I'm hoping it's a doctor. And this is another guy with a lot of plastic cups that he's not using. And so my first check, sperm check, is coming up in 3 days on Thursday. And the thing about getting your sperm checked is you can't masturbate or ejaculate into a lady or whatever your thing is for 3 days. 3 days, and it started today that I can't. So I'm like so much more upset that I can't masturbate for 3 days than I can't smoke pot for 30. You know, because I'm not looking at pot on the internet every day.
It was just as funny, almost as funny as when you're high. Honest to God, I could tell, but if they could. Untrained eye couldn't tell, but I could tell. It was still good, though. It was still very good.
Well, I'm glad you still like it.
The prohibition against marijuana began in 1937. Since then, in order to obtain your medicine, you had to visit a guy. But with the passing of Proposition 215, California citizens are allowed to open up retail shops known as dispensaries to legally sell cannabis to qualified patients. To repeat that for the stoners showing up late, in California, you can legally buy pot in a store, like you're buying beer or cookies.
Right now, it's just a free-for-all.
It's the Wild West.
Wild, Wild West. And I'm Jesse James, I guess, right now. It's really stressful. Me being in this for about a year now, man, when I started, it was like 4 of us.
Right.
First-time patient, come on in. Yeah, come on in. Hey, how's it going, Chief? Can I get your ID?
Yes, sir.
On. Well, what are you looking for? Indica, sativa?
Hybrid.
Hybrid? Okay, indica dominant? I mean, what you got? Just for the pain type of thing, or you just want the head to be up?
are 2 jokes that I've written since I stopped getting high 3 days ago. Just to show you where I'm at and how important marijuana is to what I do. Why isn't there a mildew removal product called Mill Don't? See, that's not too bad. I haven't lost it. And here's the other one. The new slogan for Old Navy, have you seen the new commercials? It's no longer like old TV stars being stupid. Now it's like trying to be hip and cool and matrixy. And the slogan is, get your fash on. You know, like, get your fash on. Get your fash on. Which was probably, I was thinking, was probably a rejected slogan for fascism. When they were sitting around coming up with slogans for fascism to try to get it off the ground. They're probably like, somebody's like, how about get your fash on? Get out of here. That's stupid. We've decided to go with fascism. Watch what happens.
There's a lot of people who smoke a lot of pot have had quite a lot of success. I don't think one precludes the other. Just a different path, as they say.
What's your opinion about medical marijuana? I'm just curious.
You're just
What's your
curious, what's
opinion?
my opinion about medical marijuana? Well, there is no such thing as medical marijuana. In the 70s, the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws failed in their attempts to legalize marijuana for recreational purposes, much to my chagrin in college, because I did smoke, I did inhale, and I ate brownies. So then what they did was very intelligently, they rewrapped their argument. They repackaged it as a medical argument. Because cannabinoids, they're like THC and other stuff, they do have some value medically, but not at all what the activists are saying they have.
Right.
When I wear my hat as a private citizen, I think our war on drugs has completely failed, that marijuana should be legal for recreational purposes, and that's my private citizen hat. But when you come to me and I'm wearing my little tie-in stethoscope and playing doctor here, do I ever ask a patient to inhale the crude combustion products of a dried plant that I have no idea what else is in it, and I also don't know what strength you're getting? Is it good shit? Is it bad shit? Is it, is it stuff that you grew on your own, you got from Mexico, or did you get BC bud from Colombia? What's in it?
Okay, go ahead, blow. Keep going, even though you think there's nothing there. Okay, that's fine. Relax.
I need you to turn your head toward either wall, doesn't matter which. Give me a nice hard cough. Beautiful.
What's the turn to the head to the side part about?
So you
Just
don't
want
cough
to
on
be
my
coughed
hand.
on?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna grab your balls. Now I want you to cough in my face.
So, to cut to the chase, you have not, after 17 years of doing this, you haven't done any permanent damage that I can tell.
Good morning.
Hi.
We have your date. We have your test.
Cheers.
Hey,
Good morning.
how are you?
Hello.
Good, thank you. Doug.
I'm Doug, yes.
Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to see you.
Come on back.
Well, so you're doing this film, and you've stopped using both alcohol and pot. I was wondering, as you look back on it, what do you like about pot? What does it do for you when you smoke?
It just, the simplest explanation I can give is it just makes everything more fun. It just makes my brain work differently, Yeah, it seems like it strangely gives me a longer attention span. So it's been 6 days, and And I'm doing okay. It's not. I don't think it's as addictive as some people think. Like I only think about smoking pot constantly. It's the only time I think about it. I'm starting to learn to, like, making this movie is forcing me to learn to actually be interested in people and ask a question after they answer the first question.
Well, isn't it mostly
the follow-up?
people asking you questions? Like,
well, no, we go around. We've been spending a lot of time, like, in dispensaries and, with people that are advocates for pot, of which I normally am not that interested in.
Right.
I just want to smoke it.
Right.
So, welcome to the Benson Interruption, everybody.
But I also have not had a drink in over a month, and that is fucking, you don't have to tell me, it's the worst.
Somebody in the audience, when you said that you stopped drinking, actually said, "Oh, he loves to drink." She was really concerned that you were going through this.
See, it's true, and I want you to understand that is a fucking sacrifice. Like, that is what I'm giving up, because the smoking, it's not a sacrifice, because I've never said, oh, I used to have so many awesome times with my friends smoking.
Remember that party where we had cigarettes?
Oh, hey, remember that time?
Oh, we had too many cigarettes that night.
Boy, I smoked
I can't
so
remember
much.
what happened.
I
smoked so many cigarettes.
Oh. Boy, we had such a great time. Yeah, I'm just gonna wine with some friends. We're gonna, like, get a couple packs of cigarettes and probably just go out on a porch.
So we're driving out to the valley to find out about, apparently in North Hollywood, there's a rogue cop who shows up at dispensaries and shuts them down.
I think what's happening right now up in North Hollywood is that we have a local police officer who is confused and perhaps hostile to medical cannabis, and he has sort of set it about as his mission to close the dispensaries. And that's unfortunate because what we're seeing now is sort of a breakdown in due process.
I'm just curious about what a rogue cop is. Is it just one guy who just puts his uniform on at home and looks in the mirror and says, be careful out there, and goes around shutting things down? Do you think a rogue cop's gonna show up while we're in there?
No. This is Don Duncan.
Hey, how you doing?
This is Doug Benson. He's
Hi,
the
Doug.
hero
Nice to
of our
meet you.
movie.
Oh, great.
So to speak.
It looks like this Mr. Smith is just went renegade, man. I'm a real thing. This is a real business license. This is what we do. And of course, the first 2 months, they thought that, oh, okay, black dude's about to come here and open up a dope shop. That I could feel it, okay? But when it didn't turn out to be that, oh, actually, this guy's an ex-scientist and he master's degree, blah, blah, blah. And he's not turning it into this. And actually, it's pretty damn good because we got a free security guard that patrols the parking lot. Yeah, then I was cool. Then 6 months passed, everything's cool. People think that medicinal cannabis, when you use that word, you're just talking about straight marijuana. Half of the patients that come through here can't smoke because they're in here for some smoke-related type of deal. So I have all types of pills, and this is lip balm, my man. This is chapstick, and it does the job.
And it works?
I have an older gentleman who swears by this topical spray. You put it in, boom, you spray it on, and it actually works. There's a lot of different ways of getting THC into your system, and it's not all about smoking.
Driving to Sacramento, Doug refuses to sit in the passenger seat. Sits behind me. This will all be verified in his little fucking super stoned me.
It's called Miss Daisy style.
I say, just don't fire up in my car. If you want to, we'll weed it, we'll pull over, and we'll fucking, and we drive up to Sacramento. And but stoners are all like 4-year-olds. I see him back there, and he starts firing it up. And I'm like, I can see you through the rearview mirror, but stoners are, like I said, 4-year-olds. So he's like, no one can see me. Like, fucking idiot. And I'm like, I smell fire and smoke and marijuana and everything. And he's like, I'll blow it out the window. So he rolls down the window and blows it out. Now, bear in mind, we're on the 5 going 80. So he blows it out, and then it all comes fucking pouring back in. I'm like, you goddamn dumb stoner. And I'm like, sorry, it was almost 420 or whatever his fucking...
My mom called me today and left me a message saying she lost or broke her glasses, so she needs new glasses. So that's why that's the main reason why I want to go to the post office today, because I feel bad that she's sitting around without glasses until she gets a check from me. Yeah, I pay for pretty much everything.
See, that's the thing. I'm very torn. I said I wasn't going to do your documentary, but here I am. I'm very torn about pot. Because I honestly, I wish that I could smoke pot like twice a year. I'm serious.
Why can't you do it twice a year? Why do you say you wish you could?
I got 2 kids. I don't have access to it. Every time I think about buying some, I'm like, how? What?
The last time you did my show at UCB, you started talking about how ridiculous it is for a grown man to still be smoking pot and still be.
I don't remember.
Yeah. You were like, come on, it's time to grow up, and that's what you do. Yeah, see, you still feel that way.
What do you want?
But it was
Look
funny.
At you. It's sad. I don't think you actually smoke pot. I think
I'm,
you smoke oregano, and you're trying to. No.
Look at me. I'm on day 10 of not smoking, and I'm fine.
You feel great?
Well, no, I don't feel great. I'd still like to do it. But
really? Would you?
message saying she lost or broke her glasses, so she needs new glasses. So that's why that's the main reason why I want to go to the post office today, because I feel bad that she's sitting around without glasses until she gets a check from me.
You help her out financially?
Yeah, I pay for pretty much everything.
See, that's the thing. I'm very torn. I said I wasn't going to do your documentary, but here I am. I'm very torn about pot. Because I honestly, I wish that I could smoke pot like twice a year. I'm serious.
Why can't you do it twice a year? Why do you say you wish you could?
I got 2 kids. I don't have access to it. Every time I think about buying some, I'm like, how? What?
The last time you did my show at UCB, you started talking about how ridiculous it is for a grown man to still be smoking pot and still be.
I don't remember.
Yeah. You were like, come on, it's time to grow up, and that's what you do. Yeah, see, you still feel that way.
What do you want?
But it was
Look
funny.
At you. It's sad. I don't think you actually smoke pot. I think
I'm,
you smoke oregano, and you're trying to. No.
Look at me. I'm on day 10 of not smoking, and I'm fine.
You feel great?
Well, no, I don't feel great. I'd still like to do it. But
really? Would you?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna.
Well, you're gonna do it.
I have
soon,
to.
and you're gonna do it every day.
I'm gonna do it a lot. Then I might not like it anymore after that.
No, I think you won't like it after a few days.
People say pot smokers are lazy. I disagree. I'm a multitasking pot smoker. Yeah, just the other day I was walking down the street. That's one. Stoned 2 things at once. Mother effers. All right, I'll take that second one back. I was walking down the street. I was putting eye drops in my eyes. I was talking on my cell phone, and I was getting hit by a car. Making shit happen on Santa Monica Boulevard. It's so fucking weird when people are just standing right in front of you while you're doing comedy. They're just standing there like this. Yeah, I heard you. Good one. Never had people just standing there. What's next? Are there any pot smokers here tonight? Any pot smokers in the house? Yeah, always in the shitty seats? Because they got here late? First of all, dude, congratulations on getting out of the house or hotel room. You did it, man. Congratulations, bravo. Because I know what it's like. You're sitting in your room, you're like, let's go to the comedy show. Fuck it, we got a TV right here. I was in a show called The Marijuana Logs. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's like the vagina monologues, but with pot instead of vaginas. And sometimes people are offended. They come up to me and they're like, are you making fun of vaginas? Do you have a problem with vaginas? I'm like, no, I have a problem with your weird voice, but we love vaginas at the Marijuana Logs. We want vaginas in the seats, especially vaginas that smoke marijuana, which I saw once in Indonesia. Cost me $6 and a chicken. And a lifetime of regret, because I can't get that image out of my head. Plus, she wouldn't pass the shit. That is rude. That is rude to bogart a joint with your vagina. Don't do it, fellas. It's like my two favorite things keeping me from enjoying my two favorite things. Because you can't have sex with a vagina that has fire in it. And you can't smoke that joint through her asshole. Oh, did you see the sign outside? It says adult material will be covered. My name is Doug Benson, and I'm about to get super high. Wow, I think I found the perfect place to fart. I think pot's illegal there, over there, but it's legal over there, that way. I think. Or it might be the other way around. Yeah, pot is legal over that way and illegal that way. I'm pretty sure. I went on the, what do you call it today? The parasailing over the lake, Lake Tahoe. That was sweet. If you guys get a chance to do it, go for it. I don't really have any jokes about it yet. As soon as I brought it up, I was like, why the fuck are you talking about this? You have nothing funny to say about it other than promoting the activity. Because it was really good. But I was up there like 1,200 feet going, man, I should have fucking smoked a bowl before doing this, because smoking pot makes everything more fun.
So, are you ready? Mm-hmm. We've got 25 minutes. Begin.
You think you're funnier when you're sober?
No. I swear nothing's changed.
Really?
Other than I'm having a little less fun.
Doug Benson smokes so much pot, he buys his rolling paper at Costco.
He looks brighter and shinier. I think. Glowing. Yeah, you're glowing.
I'm glowing. Well, that's because of the baby.
He's either sober or pregnant.
That's because I'm pregnant. Every day is a joy.
That's true.
Now that my baby's coming. I recently saw a dog in a cage, and hang on, there's more. And the cage had a sign on it that said, I bite. And I was like, that is good to know, doggy. But that's not the most important thing about you. You should make a sign that says, I make signs.
So I'm going to test your memory, and I want you to say these words back to me after I say all three. It's 3 words.
Okay.
Boat, cucumber, wire.
Boat, cucumber, wire?
Just say it back to me.
I like to put a question mark at the end.
There, yeah, you can always put a question mark at the end of anything you like. Now, I'm going to show you certain things. I want you to actually name them. What do you call this thing?
Fancy.
Nah.
Watch.
What do you call this thing?
A pen.
There.
I can't wait to take this when I'm high.
Now, remember those 3 words I asked you before, or told you before? I'd like you to tell them.
See, I knew it.
Tell me back. It was only 3 words.
I know. Boat and cucumber.
Okay. There was a 3rd word.
I know. Boat, cucumber. I don't know the 3rd one.
All right, you got 2 out of 3. It was wire.
Wire.
Okay.
No wonder. Repeat this after me, Graham. Boat, cucumber, wire.
Boat, cucumber, wire.
All right. You're good, too.
I'm good?
Yeah.
I'm not a stoner.
Your lungs got better.
How much better?
3% in 23 days.
So I'm at 93%?
You're about
92?
92%. So, which is actually, that's not insubstantial. I mean, I can't tell you if it's statistically significant, but it's not insubstantial.
See that memory test? I knew I was at 89% from 3 weeks ago.
So what 3 words did he tell you?
Told me wire, bacon, and some other one.
He did worse than I did. And he doesn't smoke pot ever.
Jim.
Oh, hey, Jim. I was hoping that was you, but I'm not psychic.
Well, we'll find out
We'll
about
find
that,
out.
won't we?
We'll find out how psychic I am.
I have the exact same deck over there. We're going to flip a card up, and you're going to guess which one of the cards we're flipping up. And to my knowledge, there has never been a test done before which compares psychic ability before and after the influence of marijuana.
It's groundbreaking, yeah.
It's groundbreaking research. First card, everybody see the first card, and Doug, what is your guess?
Triangle.
First guess is triangle. What's your guess?
Circle.
Circle is the guess. Okay. Close. So that's it. We only got one. Is that right? The whole time. 1 hit out of 25. Wow.
So
That's
you're negative psychic.
you're spectacularly not psychic.
Exactly unpsychic.
Yeah.
What allegedly has happened is that a DEA agent tried to get in without his proper credentials, and the security guard did what he's paid to do, which is to say, no, I don't think so, get out of here. It was led by John Smith again.
That's
The same guy who's been told to stop doing this until city council reconvenes and we put together an ordinance. He feels he's Rambo again. And next thing you know, NBC showed up, KTLA showed up. The DEA is still inside. There you go, there you go. There is the great John Smith. Yeah! Boom! This is California, baby. We voted this in. You're not welcome. And we ain't going anywhere. Go away. There you go. Yeah. Got away. That's right. Get here. Yo, I saw it. Yeah, you just hit a patient. Let's go. You just hit a patient. John Smith. Come on down. You didn't expect this.
We have no department employees involved in this.
Are they really DEA?
They're real DEA officers, yeah, agents, yes.
And John Smith's not up there?
We have no department employees involved in this incident.
So John Smith's not in it?
No.
Okay. And he's not up there either?
As of right now, no.
Are you saying John Smith isn't up there?
I know John Smith, Officer Smith. He's not there.
Doesn't the police or any law enforcement official that wants to invade our space have to have a warrant to do so.
I'm not going to comment on that.
And you won't comment on whether or not they have a warrant.
I'm not going to comment on that.
Officer, will you be leaving officers here?
Yes.
If they don't have a warrant, then they shouldn't be there.
Okay.
This has been going on its 9th hour. Word is that the DEA locksmith that were here that we ran away are going to probably be coming back. The issues that they're having is they need to get into the safe, apparently, that's upstairs. And we also have word that, yeah, they do have a search warrant, but guess what? There's no signature on it.
Who signed the warrant? What judge signed the warrant?
We have the right to know. This is why we waited all night, because we knew this was going to happen. But that's okay. We have it on film.
Go bust a meth lab, you pussies!
Go up the street and do your job, man.
Their job is not in the state of California. Their job is to get the hell out of the state of California.
Yep.
So isn't marijuana legal in California? Well, it is, but the law is not recognized by the federal government. To explain, the 10th Amendment of the Bill of Rights says that states have the right to govern themselves with regard to powers not granted or prohibited by the Constitution. In the last century, many issues have challenged this amendment, including abortion, gay marriage, and gambling. As of today, federal anti-drug laws are in direct conflict with laws in California and several other states that allow patients legal access to medical marijuana.
Bye, Space Needle. So, can I interest you in some assorted nuts?
Well, the whole idea was that I would help facilitate the growth of so much marijuana that the DEA and all the agencies of the United States would never be able to destroy it at the rate I would help create it. And that ultimately I, one man, would neutralize the work of the entire DEA with their multi-billion-dollar budgets.
You know, he calls himself the Prince of Pot, but he may become the Prince of Federal Prison.
I just was watching 60 Minutes, and there's like a whole story about Mark Emery.
Prince of Pot.
Yeah, and how they want to, extradite him and all that. The guy, I would love to interview that guy.
See, because I have this idea that none of this is any good unless you have to face temptation. I'm just saying there's no virtue without temptation. So I just make sure a really fine, beefy
I still get
bud.
to smell it. That's one thing that's kind of nice.
Well, I say even that's giving into a little bit of it right there, eh? So I'm corrupting you just by being in the proximity. Just to let you know, I've seen more grow rooms than anybody else alive in Canada. I think 400 or so, and been arrested 22 times, jailed 17 times, raided 6 times, all for pot. Nothing unsafe. You know, I, if anything, have a good reason never to have to use drugs, and typically I only experiment with the psychedelics once every 6 months or a year and smoke pot, right? And I don't believe I have any drug dependencies, and having treated drug addicts, I can see what. By the way, do you know what? Of the 65 people I treated, 60 of them did not have their biological father in their life for all or part of their childhood. And that, I found, was the most key fundamental component of every single drug addict almost, is that their biological father was not there for a lot of their prepubescent life. I found that pot made me more patient, made me a more creative lover and a creative writer. But if you smoke pot, you get more expansive. Explanations get longer. We paid for the Supreme Court challenge in Canada. They got the Supreme Court to try and make pot legal. We lost 6-3, right? Everybody wants to fuck. As soon as you discover it's... Let me drink your thing. Don't worry, my cold sores aren't contagious. The thing about pot... I remember, for example, when I shot a puck through a window, I found that it was a lot easier to raise kids after a joint. A lot of people live in inner cities. You know, we should enrich our community with more money, more weed, more everything, right? Are you in the... performance industry? Are you you're out of Los Angeles?
I'm a stand-up comedian. Holy crap, I feel like I went through some sort of marijuana gauntlet.
You gotta find him. Well, how can you be doing
Enrico, how can you do a documentary on pot and not? I know he's not smoking it, but how can it not be around?
The UCB guys have it. Go find them.
I'm not talking to that cult.
Walsh and Besser and
I'll call Walsh.
and Hubel. Hubel's probably got some. And this dude in the bushes has got some. He's totally smoking. Or he's making a cell phone call.
I'm a friend of Doug Benson's. I've never smoked pot in my life.
Okay. Family down there.
It's a great theater.
Just never did it.
Great theater. Yeah.
Never, I've been drunk once in 7th grade, but I've been taking antidepressants for 12 years.
Okay.
So I do have a lid on it. Oh, and I've killed 6 hookers.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm a saint. We all self-medicate.
Are you up to 6?
You know what else is a treat? Cookies made by Famous Amos. You guys had those Famous Amos cookies? Oh my God, they're delicious. So good. When I was a little kid, we couldn't afford those. That's right, we had to eat the knockoff brand. We had to eat cookies made by Heinous Anus. I'll tell you what, I didn't care. I didn't give a damn. Even though I was 5 years old, I ate them up. One after the other. Because everything tastes great when you're stoned. Let me ask you guys, quick question. Are there any pot smokers here today? Any pot smokers at all?
In your last hours of how urgent, how
I don't feel any urgency at all.
So does that beg the question that maybe your whole existence is a mistake?
Yeah, it's a lie.
Shut up! Shut up, it's my toast. Anyway, Doug Benson.
Yes.
So many more years of sobriety.
No, I'm just gonna start smoking tomorrow.
Okay, well, that's cool.
We've got the volcano. We're ready for me to medicate and start this thing. But I noticed it's 4 o'clock, and I thought we got to start at 4:20. I got to take my first hit at 4:20. But that's how I am. Like I'm excited about getting high, but I can wait until the cooler time to do it.
You said this thing was easy. Okay, so what you do is you put your herbs, whether that be lavender or rosewood, whatever you're using as an aromatic, place it here in the grinder. You grind your plant material. Shit. Sweet Lord.
Oh my God. This isn't happening.
Yeah, so you grind your plant material.
Right.
Which we
You
just
don't,
saw.
you don't spill it. Jesus,
Oh, geez, I'll
Alex.
clean that up.
Good Lord. This is my weed all over the floor now. Now I'm gonna be smoking the dust. Look
We're
at
not
that.
gonna put that in.
That's like an old roach on the ground.
1, 2, 3.
Man, you should go on like Martha Stewart and do this. Yeah, knock more shit on the floor though.
It's all set to go.
All right. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do all of that.
And don't,
I might just resort to smoking.
I'm telling you, I think this is so much better.
420. I know it's much better for
Just
me,
a
but
mouthpiece and
it's a pain in the ass.
Just push in on it. And that's a huge rip.
Right?
Let me love you like I never did before. Let me love you now. Let me hold you like I never did before. And you won't be afraid when I call your name. Let me love you.
like all the, wait, I was about to talk about something I don't like. You fucked me up. You made me like, you're like, these aren't the droids you're looking for. I'm like, I like it now. I like anti-pot ads. That doesn't make any sense at all. I hate them. Hate anti-pot ads because they come on late at night when I'm sitting at home trying to relax, smoke a joint, watch some televised entertainment. Suddenly a commercial comes on with a big heavy message like, just tell grandma that you couldn't pick her up because you got high. I'm watching that, I'm thinking, good idea. I've been lying to grandma for years about my pot smoking problem. Now I can finally tell her the truth. Call her up, Grandma, I can't pick you up. I've been using my new vaporizer.
Wow. This is from the health center.
Good to go.
I don't know this. Do I
How does
do
he
this?
feel about it? No, just hit it. Like Caitlin
I
from
just
the
suck
movie,
it.
let's say.
Yeah. Drink it in.
Exactly.
It's ready.
Drag it.
It's good. You tasted more.
Yeah. It's definitely got a taste.
You know what? I had a vaporizer for like a day, and I left it at Adam Carolla's house.
You're burning all the THC and none of the carcinogens. It's like
It's health nut. It's like vegan.
Yeah, it's like California's.
Oh, duh.
We're extracting.
Not your cat.
We're extracting crystals. I don't have a cat.
You excited that this place is reopened?
Well, I think, it's only fair. My practices focus on criminal defense. So it's unfortunate that you use the word criminal defense in the same sentence as, dealing with patients because they've criminalized this. They had to, basically start from scratch again. Their computers were all taken away. All their patient records were taken away.
Oh, they had to get everything together.
Oh, everything had to start. The product was taken.
And how are they able to reopen? What had to happen for them to get to this point?
They're abiding by the laws here. I mean, there's a state law in place here. They're not committing any kind of crimes here.
Could I get a gram of the Platinum OG Kush? Maybe a Kush bar and a Maui Wowie. A chocolate peanut butter sandwich, a Kush bar, and a Maui Wowie. Cucumber wire boat.
Well, hello, Doug.
Hello.
So today is your first week of being back on pot. So how are you doing?
Great. It's kind of a little bit back to normal.
It seems like it's fairly important for you to communicate to me that marijuana doesn't change you very much. Like, you really want me to hear that message.
Yeah, it probably sounds defensive too, a little bit. Like, yeah, I'm the same guy, either way.
Would you mind if I smoked pot before our sessions?
Really?
I'm just asking how you would feel if I were to do it.
I guess it would depend on how it changed in me if you were high, which would make me like it more. I don't know.
I was wondering how much you felt I was interested in you as it is.
You seem interested enough, but that's the thing about it is that's your job is to seem interested. See, this is why I wouldn't ever pay a therapist because they fucking make you go crazy. He says to me, he goes, would you like it if I smoke pot sometime before our session? And then when you start that kind of conversation with a therapist, it just becomes him going, Well, do you want me to think that you think that I want you to be high while I'm high during it? You know, it gets very convoluted, and I was already fucking high, and I'm pretty sure that he wasn't. But here's the thing. I find this place that's like right next to my home, and they're doing it on religion. They're distributing pot as a religious movement.
So you don't need to
So
have
you don't
a-
even need a license. You just go in and buy it. Okay, gotta be serious. This is church. It's time for church.
And in Revelation, it talks about a plant for the healing of all nations, which cannabis is. So, we're selling weed for the Lord on Hollywood Boulevard. All right, welcome to Temple 420 services today. Everyone, Doug Benson was on Last Comic Standing, and we invited him to come the other evening to our comedy, but he wasn't sure because he doesn't fully believe in God. So he's here to come to the services and check out Temple 420, our 420 services.
He said it so matter of factly. And he doesn't believe in God. So everybody, there's going to be punch and...
There'll be punch. The atheist gets punched too, right in the face, right? With the truth. If you've never been to our temple before, we'll just let you know we're a Judeo-Christian temple. You happen to be on Saturday, so we have the Old Testament Jewy thing going on. You come back tomorrow, we got the New Testament, all right? So feel free to come back any day. Services are always at 420.
I'd like to tell you a joke, because I don't think any of the material up here today has been aimed at you specifically. I think you really enjoyed this joke. Why did the little strawberry cry? Because his mother was in a jam. Come on. And then they put weed in it and everybody got really high. So anyway, so this guy has services every Saturday and Sunday at 420, right? And we went today, and I brought like 3 or 4 friends, and then there was some children running around, and a couple other dudes, and there was a whole service built around why, you know, since the Lord is good and we love the Lord, weed.
That's real nice. That's real good.
I already see Star is going to be the first one. I'm already feeling it.
And Doug, what's your guess?
I'm going to guess Star.
First guess is Star. Second card, holding it up.
I'm going to go Square.
Square. Third guess, hold it up.
Triangle.
Fourth guess, hold it up.
Circle.
7 right this
Wow.
time. The first time you got 1 right, so you've done 7 times better. However, since you only got 7 out of 25, there's no evidence of psychic ability.
How about medical prostitution? Because that's something that I would be interested in, and I'd like to, I don't smoke pot, and I'll join your fight if you'll join mine.
Yeah, I'll join your fight. That's an awesome fight.
Okay,
we're gonna fight prostitutes. I'm having trouble following this. I smoke a lot of pot, but
medical prostitution. Just for I realize
somebody
prostitution
needs
is
it,
illegal.
yeah.
But I need it for medical purposes.
I think marijuana is a much more victimless crime than prostitution, because unfortunately the women that do the prostituting got there somehow. That was probably terrible.
And you should talk to the guy that you have to know to get the prostitute too.
Yeah, that guy.
He's way worse than your guy.
My guy's never. I've never had a dealer slap me around.
Not yet.
And tell me to wait in the car.
Welcome to Minneapolis.
Thanks. What's the proper way to address you, Senator?
Senator John, or I don't care, whatever you wish.
Senator John, I believe you're the first politician that's been willing to speak on camera about this subject.
I was co-author of several medical marijuana bills just because I had seen and talked to enough people who were using it for medical purposes. But, you know, I'm probably perfect example of one who never tried a cigarette, never smoked a joint, hasn't done so and don't intend to do so. And I just think that the idea that government is going to step in there and tell every doctor and every patient, no matter how hard they're hurting, that we're not going to let you do this because we have this other fear that's nothing related to what you're doing. If you talk with somebody who's suffering and this makes a difference. I don't care what fear you have. It seems to me that you got to try and do the right thing.
People that need marijuana, they're not doing it because it's fun, it's enjoyable, it's exciting. It's something that no other medication, whether prescribable or not, can deliver what marijuana does and can provide me with a quality of life.
Well, the first time I tried it when I was actually 17. I didn't try it any earlier than that. And it's the first time I went through chemotherapy was when I was 17. And it was actually my mom and my best friend at the time got me a little bag and said, do it. And it has helped tremendously, like with anxiety, with pain, with everything.
Personally, I look at you guys and I say you don't need it, right? But I'm not a doctor, okay? If you went to a doctor and a doctor has sat down with you and he's willing to put his license on the line to say that you guys need it, nobody else can tell you whether you need it or not just because you don't look like you need it. You know, the only reason people accept me for using it is because they see me in a chair.
Exhibit A, Exhibit B, Exhibit C. There's a commercial on now, it's the absolute worst one, where a young teenage girl, is melting into a couch. She's physically melting. Have you seen it? Her body is transforming. She's like, she's melting, and there's a girl sitting next to her who goes, she smokes pot. This is what she's been like ever since she started smoking pot. This is all we ever do. Okay, first of all, the girl who doesn't smoke pot, not exactly the most fucking sparkling personality in the world. How much of a loser do you have to be the person that's more boring than the stoner and has nothing better to do than sit and watch the stoner melt and not even fucking call 911? Or even 411 to say, I've got some interesting information. So the girl's melting into the couch. Let's pick up where we left off. The girl's melting, and as a pot smoker, I'm not deterred. I'm watching that commercial going, how do I get a hold of some of that weed? That is some amazing shit that I would like to try. I've been smoking the can't find my keys weed, and somewhere in the world there is some melting into the couch shit that would be an incredible ride. Plus, if I melted into the couch, maybe I'd find my keys. It would be a win-win situation.
So this is what one guy gave me last night, this really nice fellow who said he heard me on the radio yesterday morning, and he and his girlfriend were like, we have to go see him. This I got from someone else who does not want to be named. And this one I got from someone, yet a third party who doesn't want to be named.
And we just made a blend of all three and
enjoyed it before our day at Mall of America.
Last time I was here in beautiful Minneapolis, I, went to go get my flight out on Sunday, and I'm walking around the terminal. I can't find my gate. Hours go by, hours, and then I finally realize I'm at Mall of America. I wrote that joke today when I was high at Mall of America.
This is the brownie portion of the exam. You may begin.
I'm totally gonna lose a lot of points for not being able to open it. I'm not gonna sit here and not try.
How have you been feeling? What has your mood been like in the last week?
Mostly good.
Would you describe your mood as euphoric?
Yeah, that's a good word for it.
Anybody want to come up here and get high with Doug? Come on up. Yeah! As you get high, anyone in the audience who didn't want to come up here and get high with Doug can get high in the audience. Wow. And try to get the person next to you high.
Well, here, this is already packed, so.
Oh, you were gonna get
Go
her
ahead.
high.
I'll just get her high. I don't give a shit. No, there's no carb or anything. Just do it.
This is like the end of That's America, someone yelled out. Did you hear that?
America. Yeah. You're welcome very much. You kidding me?
Okay, so, Doug's gonna get a little more high. That was a pretty big hit there. You may have your sensibilities offended right now, but you are not being made to smoke dope. We got a pretty good ventilation system. It's mostly going up. Upstairs, they'll be completely high. We vent right into the apartments above, so yeah. What's going on.
I'm allergic to weed.
The idea of the piece is that myself and Rob Riggle are officers, undercover officers.
Everybody laughing it up in comedy? Yeah? Yeah, people smoking grass? You guys, what's that? Oh, shit. What is this? Oh, shit. Everybody know what this is? Grass! That's grass. That's a pound of grass. That's a pound of grass. Street value, $2 million. $2 million! Pick any problem. What's the number one reason for divorce? Marijuana. Abortions. Marijuana. Volcanoes. Marijuana. Who caused Hurricane Katrina? Marijuana. Why do people become Jewish? Marijuana. That's why.
Anyway, welcome to Amsterdam.
Thank you. I love it.
Isn't it awesome?
It's really great.
I usually describe it as the countercultural vision of downtown redevelopment for Oakland.
My name's Richard Lee, and I'm the owner of the Bulldog Coffee Shop and the Oaksterdam Gift Shop and the publisher of the Oaksterdam News. This was the first place, so it's matured and things are, this is the first municipality to issue permits. So I think it's a lot more mature than the other places that are just now getting clubs in the first place.
If you try to figure out the overall cannabis market,
Analysts rank cannabis as the #1 cash crop in America, well above cotton, wheat, and tobacco, with California responsible for 1/3 of the entire country's cannabis supply. In 2006 alone, estimated sales from California cannabis exceeded $12 billion. If taxed, these sales could have easily generated over $1 billion in government revenue.
It's like it would be like the new lottery for California.
exactly. And that's what I think it's going to be. Eventually, it's going to be a lot like gambling.
SR-71 is the first stealth airplane. So we like to think of ourselves as a stealth coffee shop flying below the federal radar.
We have our medium over here on our second page. We just keep out one medium at a time, just usually medium and high grade. Got our prices right here next to the weights, so you kind of know what you're working with. We keep out 3 high grades at a time. You can always feel free to take them out. You can smell them, squeeze them, whatever helps you make a decision.
Let me ask you, you going to smoke a spliff, ma'am? All right. Do we have any marijuana smokers here in the park today? Any law enforcement officers here in the park today? I asked those in the wrong order.
I'm a gardener and landscaper, so I like to help AIDS and cancer patients grow their own medicine, to keep the price down, and to just decentralize the whole economy. Well, Oaksterdam was basically a private joke that a few AIDS patients used to chuckle about when the first marijuana club came here. And most of those people are now dead. Most of the original patients from Oaksterdam have died.
It's called indole-3 butyric acid. It's basically, it's a hormone. What it does is it softens up the plant tissue, and it sort of sterilizes it at the same time. And what'll happen is after a few days, the tissue's soft, and little roots will push out, and it becomes its own little plant.
Here, these were taken on the 15th. Today's the 22nd, so in 7 days, we have created life. So you see the difference between indica over there and sativa here?
This one's indica?
Right. See short, squat, big fat leaves. This tall, more branchy, thinner leaf. This is actually a hybrid. It's not pure sativa. If it was pure sativa, it'd be even thinner and lankier.
The worst movie to see when you're high, the worst one ever, I think, is a motion picture called Super High Me. What the fuck? I just fucked up my own joke. Super Size Me. Forget. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
That's why I'm voting for sure.
Marijuana Peace means a lot of things. This is Dennis Perone, founder of the Medical Marijuana Club movement, and many, many things. April 14th, 1994. I'll never forget this day. Because the day before, you called us all up and said, we're going to get arrested tomorrow.
The chief of police had called me that day.
Right.
Said he was going in, busting us. I said, look, chief, you can come in, you can bust us. But you remember Stonewall? These people are going to fight back. They're not just going to lay down.
Yeah.
In the end, we knew we'd win. And it's a good thing that we wrote it for the people.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have a...
Committee, you know.
It's got a lot of holes in it, they say. You know, they say it's very loosely worded.
Pioneer law.
You know, they say almost anybody can get it with this law. Don't vote for it, but it was done in the name of my dead friend, my dead brothers and sisters who died of AIDS. Out of that, all that pain, all that sorrow, something good would happen. That had to be the sum of their life, that the world changed.
You know, a lot of comedians work really hard on their jokes, but what I've been doing is smoking a lot of pot. So I've been high probably about 22 hours. I'm like 18 hours a day. I probably get sober during the middle of the night for a few hours. And it's probably going to prove nothing. And weird laughs in the audience.
Ha ha! Ha ha! Ah! This guy's living in a cartoon world. He's got a cartoon apartment. Ha ha!
Muir Woods, north of San Francisco, home of the mighty redwood. Let's enjoy it together, shall we? They really took the treat out of Rice Krispie treat. This thing tastes horrible. How's it going?
Express yourself, Doug.
Fuck this First Amendment area. I know this guy who has a dog that can talk. You can ask the dog. You can ask. This is serious. You can ask the dog anything you want, and then it'll answer it talking style. So I go, what's the thing on top of the house? And the dog goes, roof. And I'm like, okay, who's the greatest baseball player of all time? And the dog goes, roof. I'm like, okay, that's good. Name a tourist attraction in the San Francisco area. Wharf. And then I'm like, be more specific. Fisherman's Wharf. This is day 23 of a project that I'm working on called Super High Me. I am smoking pot all day, every day, for 30 days, starting from when I wake up in the morning to when I go to bed at night, and it has been awesome.
I think, you know what? I think this month that you weren't stoned, I think you have a pot gland in your body now, and it just releases pot when you go without. It's like a camel hump, and you don't see it. And so the whole fucking movie, you're just stoned. It's just super high me for 60 goddamn days. But you're not, what it is I'm gonna spend a month not, smoking it. I'm just gonna get it from my gland in my neck, where I keep extra pot in case of an apocalypse.
And how great would it be if the last scene in the movie is that it bursts out of my head?
And it looks like Tommy Chong. You grow another, if Tommy Chong dies,
I was in your head, man. What the fuck, man? There's not enough room for a dude in your head, man. That was fucking cramped, man. Got any weed? Like, do you have any plans to make that leap to having a doctor give you the thing so you can just go into dispensaries and buy amazing weed?
I know my name's on some list somewhere.
That's true.
Right?
That's what people think. We haven't been able to really track down.
I don't know if there is a list that exists, but up here it seems like there would be.
But, wouldn't they just pencil your name in if they ever see you anywhere doing anything?
Well, that's true, yeah.
You're pretty open about it.
But I don't have a ton of material about it, but I did say I smoked pot on Conan, so that's probably not the smartest thing. People watch that, right?
Feds love Conan. Well, let me ask you this. How do you feel about
marijuana in a pill.
So what's this, like Cocoa Krispies? That are full of weed? Cucumber boat wire. I still got it.
We're going to do that mini mental status thingy, but what's, you know...
Cucumber boat wire?
Oh, no, this time it's completely different.
Okay, good.
See, I know you'd review the tape, so basically I changed it all completely
I
around.
don't have to look at the tape. I've been obsessed with cucumber boat wire since it happened.
Excellent.
Because nobody remembers. But if it's still 3 words, I'm going to be aware enough to be able to get it right, even though I'm medicated. So to
Yes,
speak.
you are medicated.
Yes, you are. It's little medicated patient.
You sound more medicated than you did last time.
This is a questionnaire about pot that I devised for this movie to just ask random people, see how much they know about pot and the situation with pot in America today. Here we go. East Bay, first question. What percentage of Americans smoke pot?
80%.
Excellent guess, it's 99%. Very close, though. Do you smoke pot?
Not recently.
Yes. No, about 4 or 5 times a year. No.
Well, it depends on like when you're talking about.
I'm going to write you down as a yes.
No.
Occasionally.
Occasionally?
No.
Yes, I do.
Do you smoke pot?
Yes.
Welcome to the majority.
Okay, 3 words. Cab, avocado, brick.
Cab, avocado, brick.
Perfect. Now, count back from 100, subtracting 7. So start with 100 and tell me what's 100.
93.
Come on.
93, 82.
Okay.
73.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Keep going.
Jesus. 73, 64.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think pot is addictive?
Yes.
Well, you're wrong. I quit smoking pot for 30 days, and now I'm smoking pot again. So you're wrong. Do I seem high to you right now?
Maybe a little.
Well, you're wrong. I'm totally high right now. This is an important one at this juncture. At what age do you think it's okay for kids to start getting high?
18.
Maybe like 16.
7. 14. 18.
18.
As soon as you can use the lighter.
18. 15.
30.
I think they need to talk to their parents first.
27, actually. 27.
Okay, what are those 3 words that we talked about before?
Cab, avocado, brick.
You scored. Excellent. All right. You got 24 this time, and last time you got 27. So over 22 is still normal, but you barely got it. Cab, avocado, brick, you were just waiting for that. It's interesting, your mathematical functions completely are gone. I mean, the serial 7s, you kind of completely got yourself...
Serial 7. See, that's what I did is I switched it to serial 9s partway for some reason. What's the chemical name for the active ingredient in pot?
Tetrahydrocannabinol.
No, it's an apple. Oh wait, that's the answer to the next one. What's the best fruit to turn into a pipe?
An apple. Yeah.
Apple, yes. What do you charge for an 8th?
The good stuff or the bad
stuff? I got you. Say hello to Officer Benson. Have you ever been high at work? If so, what do you do? If not, why not? You can take the 5th. Okay. How many, or take an 8th, how many presidents?
You know, in terms of physical harm at this stage of the game, Zippo. Do you feel, though, living like this is sustainable? In other words, for your career, smoking.
I think I could get away with it, but then I don't intend to.
Why?
Because I thought I'd be sick of smoking pot at the end of this 30 days, and turns out I'm not. It's been great, but I've been having people drive me around everywhere.
Free to go, however, remember if you left a green tag item at the base of the stairs, please wait for it here in the jet bridge on the right-hand side without causing a traffic jam. Have a great afternoon.
My name is Doug Benson, and I am super high. California's medical marijuana state. So I got my license. I got a fucking license to smoke pot. I didn't have to do a test or anything. I just had to go, it hurts me in my back. Here you go. I'm a doctor, here you go. Then I'm like, $200. And now I have a license that says I can smoke pot. No one here has that. Not in Idaho. But you should. Because this place is awesome. Bless you. You guys are allergic to the truth. And I'm standing on my own jacket. I'm scared. It's scary to be in a state that isn't, cool with it. I mean, not that, California, it's legal on a state level, but on the federal level, it's still illegal. So a Fed could sweep in and fucking be like, nuh-uh.
Pharmacy's being raided right now. As of about 3 minutes ago. Call me back.
But ultimately, it comes down to the federal government to decide what is and is not legal.
Marijuana is illegal in any form under federal law.
Federal drug agents raided 11 medical marijuana outlets today in L.A. County. A DEA agent swooped down on L.A. clinics because federal authorities don't recognize California's law that allows medical use of marijuana.
Yesterday, DEA agents provided search warrants and went into 11 facilities here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, they're blocked off the road, and people are getting off. I'm going to get out.
Let's go. They took all of the medication and patient records in all of these facilities. The climate of fear is very real.
I said, please don't tear me down. I'm just now standing up. I made some big mistakes. I want to get fucked up just like I used to do with my daddy president. I will break all the rules, though I will have no regrets. Cause I am president now. Who would believe in a dumb good old boy could ever achieve it? Politics and fame, fame and disaster. Let's go to war. I'll show you the master. No, these puppet strings are hard to break.
I'm waiting for a sheriff who needs medical marijuana.
I'm not going to say it won't happen because if it's needed, it's needed.
Yeah, if it's needed, it's needed.
That's why I keep fighting. I've been to Washington.
You believe in what you're doing?
Michael, I'm going over to West Hollywood.
Okay.
So we are not supporting this action today. The city of West Hollywood believes that we have a handle on these facilities. We have regulations in place, closely with the Sheriff's Department to ensure that they operate with the intent and the spirit of Proposition 215.
You can't tell the federal government has the right. We can't stop them. We don't have the legal authority.
Have the sheriff's department.
by the state. The state law is being broken here by the federal agents right now. These guys should be enforcing California state law. Period.
They're not shutting us all down, and we will reopen because in California, the biggest trees in the world grow from little seeds. I'm just a little seed. All these people that were behind us earlier are little seeds. This movement will not be shot down. But you know, I've been a patient for almost 11 or 12 years. When I crawled up those stairs in San Francisco and ran into Dennis Perone, who opened that first club, and he said, Richard, I'm sending the guy to Los Angeles. Would you help him? I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but I'm a proud American patriot, and I will continue fighting for medical marijuana.
So it's 4:20 on day 30 on.
Doug Benson, it's over.
Oh, it's just starting. Well, you know how going into this thing, I thought that by day 30 I would be so sick of pot and being high and just be dying to be done with it for at least take a break for a little while, you know. But I'm sitting here. It's 4:20 and I'm about to light joint number 2.
Medicaid. Because, yeah, you don't have to now. You're off the clock. So, that's an
I totally don't have to. It's personal choice now.
Roll some more joints. You guys are here on day 30. This is day 30 of getting high all day, every day. From the second I wake up in the morning until I go to sleep at night. And I got to wake and bake. That's how I start. And then I don't have a rhyme for the end of the day, but... What's that? Is the program intervention. Now, are we playing Jeopardy or something? Where the question is the answer? Because that was worded really strangely. It would have been cool if I had an intervention, ma'am. I guess you could try to do one now, but this is the last day. Kind of fucked up timing. Stop what you're doing. That's like if the guy in Super Size Me was like, on day 30, I can't do it. Well, you already did a lot of damage. So this is day 30, and I gotta say, honestly, it's a fantastic way to live. I recommend you all become stand-up comics who don't have anything really that you have to do during the day. And at night, you can get away with acting like a buffoon in front of nice people who just want an old-fashioned intervention. And finally, do you think sick people who feel better when they smoke pot should be able to do so in the privacy of their own homes while not operating heavy machinery and possibly watching a Project Runway marathon on Bravo? Yes, Joe is right. Thank you, Joe. You're awesome, man. Everybody, you've been great. Thank you very much for coming out. I hope to see you again. Bye-bye.
Keep it going for Doug Benson, everyone!
Well, I smoke heavy weed, man, I plant that big old seed, son. I smoke every strain there is in town. From a super sticky green to the headache makes it brown. I smoke every strain there is around. Well, I smoke it till I'm dead, cause it feels good in my head. I smoked a lot in Western Caroline. I swear that orange crush, so sweet it'll make you blush. You're feeling good with your illegal smile. I smoke it weed, man, plant that big old seed, son. I smoke every strain there is in town. From the super sticky green to the headache makes it brown. I smoke every strain there is around. When I visit the pharmacy, you won't see my good friend Mike. I say, oh boy, got 40 different strains. And I smoked them all, volcano to the brain. I think I can remember all the names. Got the bubble cushion, bubblegum, blueberry, sour, Alaskan, thunderfuck. AK-47 and the OG Kush. You got the purple and urban granddaddy mothership and the orange crush. G13 and little balls of hash. You got the bub kush, bubblegum, blueberry, sour, the Alaskan thunderfuck. AK-47 and the OG Kush. You got the purple and urban granddaddy mothership and the orange crush. G13 and little balls of hash. Yeah, I smoke every man. I plant that big old seed, son. I smoke every strain there is in town. From the super sticky green to the hitting Mexican brown. I smoke every strain there is around. Some people call it
The thing that's different about a Verbo vacation home, you always
Hey man, what you all is doing? I'm in a state of perpetuate high now, so it's hard to tell sometimes if y'all is as high as I am.
Everyone's always trying to roll me up. I mean, I'm a person too. I got feelings.
I got all the fine ladies of Stone Town are mine.
Pass that shit back my way. I know you like to get down. Let's get wet, man. Let's get dirty.
You ain't never got no weed. Always trying to break my arm off and get you high off me. When you gonna get me high?
Everyone's trying to split me, stuff me, pack me, rip me, pass me around, put me in their mouths, but I don't care.
You know, like, fuck, you guys are so dirty. It's like, it's shameful. You shame me.
Does anybody know what time it is right now? Because according to my clock, it's 4:20 now. Now, who wants to get stoned?
Taste this. Buddy got the bomb.
Welcome to Stone Town.
Candy cane. Got your titties in my mouth. That's my candy cane. Sugar
I'm
titty,
Lollipop
mama, baby,
Girl.
candy
You can
cane.
lick me, stick
What?
me, and boy, you can come around anytime if you fit the bill.
Don't look now, Lollipop Girl. Who's coming now with them ragtag bunch of stoners from Stone Town?
Man, you got some busters always talking all that shit. You ain't got no weed. You always gotta smoke me. That's some bullshit.
You little kids need to get back to Stone Town. This ain't no place for little people like you. There's gangsters roaming these streets.
You silly little stoners. I'm all natural. Ain't no silicone and lollipop. This is hash oil in these jugs, honey. One lick from me and you'll have a mouthful of cavity.
Look who's coming this tar face. Don't say I didn't warn you. I told these little motherfuckers they didn't listen, man. They're all like, nah, I can get him. I can fuck him up. Hey, shut the fuck up. You know what I should do to you? I should take a piece of your face and a piece of his arm.
Dude, you're a buzzkill. If you spent more of your time worrying about how to pull up on these ladies instead of us, you might be a little more on that kickback vibe.
I detest you. Like, dude, you must have had a really bad child. Lollipop, is this asshole talking to me? Tarface, I don't mean to interrupt you, but don't look now. Sheriff Joe's coming.
What in the Sam Hell's creation is going on down here? Lollipop Girl, I told you about hanging out here in these street corners. And you stoners, I can arrest y'all right now for just being weed. Up against the wall, Tarface.
You know, a long time ago, 420, I think it was around April 20th, in the year 420 was 420, the clock struck 420 and we all got so stoned. You remember that?
Ay, 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 ay! Wow, 420, you're loco. I mean, cuckoo, like a cuckoo crazy clock. Just playing with ya. But you almost put me into a siesta.
Oh man, there we were, we're like going to this party, and like, dude, this fucking gangster jumps out, he like starts like trying to shank us and shit, like, dude, we almost got smoked right there, like smoked for real. And then like this cop Sheriff Joe jumps out and like arrested him right on the spot, but he said we're screwed, bro, and he's coming for us, man.
Hey, relax.
How to sound more confident in your writing. 1. Remove hedging language and be direct. For example, instead of saying
Eyes closed, yeah, they ain't no. Shit's always on point, right down to the decimal. SoundCloud rapper diet, niggas looking edible. Underground general, I told him meet me at the top, that's a better view. Dog, I'm telling you, word. Like, make a no-believer, told the reefer, cause my grass is always greener than the next man. Pull off like an X-Man. Eyes on Cyclops, eyes stop. Find crops tucked by the chicken in the rice shop. My dots quick, cause they know we never like cops. Tying talk, came for Scorsese, that's a light cop. Smoking rough, maybe used to try to find the right spot. Now I'm Yogi, bun it in abundance till my eyes pop. Just look at my guys, we all authentic. We said